Hey folks, today we're going to talk about spiritual warfare. Last week, Congressional Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, in an interview, said that she is under spiritual attack. That because she's speaking God's truth, that she is under attack. She said anybody that speaks God's truth is under attack. And she says she's under attack because she's been attacked more than any other member of Congress, possibly in history. There's a few things here to talk about. First of all, she's been attacked a lot. There's no arguing that. She has been criticized a lot. She has absolutely been criticized a lot, and that comes with being a public figure. That comes with having a public platform. I've got 7,000 followers on YouTube and, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people on Twitter and 1,000 people on Facebook. I get hate mail. I'm nobody. I get hate mail. But at no point do I think I'm under spiritual attack. I'm under criticism. People are criticizing me. They are angry at me. They are telling me I'm wrong. They're telling me I'm going to burn in hell. They're telling me all kinds of horrible things. But that's not spiritual warfare. That is not a spiritual attack. That is unpleasant. It's a bit unnerving. Hurts my feelings sometimes. But it's not spiritual war. Representative Greene is being criticized for her actions and for her words. She has made a lot of waves. Whether you like her or dislike her, she has absolutely gotten her story in the news. She has done things that have ruffled feathers. She has made a splash. In just a few months, she has absolutely made a splash. She has made herself known. I'm not going to comment on whether or not I think she's speaking God's truth. I haven't heard her speak God's truth. It's quite possible she is, and I just haven't heard it. But she isn't under spiritual attack. This is not what spiritual warfare looks like. Spiritual warfare it's something else. A lot of the saints, if you read the stories of a lot of the saints, they'll talk about what it was like. They'll talk about their experiences with spiritual attack. They'll talk about their experiences as the victims of spiritual warfare. It's not something that anybody in this world is going to do to you. If you get a nasty email or a nasty phone call from somebody, that is not somebody who is attacking you spiritually. It's somebody offering their unsolicited opinion, perhaps. Spiritual warfare is darker. It comes from a different place. It's malicious. It's poisonous and toxic. It reduces you from the inside. It reduces you from the inside, and ultimately the goal of spiritual warfare is to take you captive. It's to take you hostage, and it's to use you for dark purposes. Spiritual warfare is about destroying you physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Spiritual warfare ultimately gets to the place where it uses you against yourself, where you will do things that will harm and destroy your reputation. It will destroy what people think of you. It will destroy any sense of integrity. Spiritual warfare will leave you a shell of who you are. It will make you feel as though you are completely removed from God's grace. It will make you believe that God hates you, that God has no use for you, that you are an abomination to God, that the distance between you and God is insurmountable, that not even the love of Jesus Christ could possibly bridge that gap. You're beyond redemption. Spiritual warfare is not fought among mortals. So no matter how much hate mail I may get, no matter how many phone calls I may receive, no matter how many nasty comments or thumbs down people may offer me, I know that they're not acting on the spiritual plane. Spiritual warfare, when it comes, you don't see it. You don't see it. It's innocuous. It's a feeling, it's a tingle, it's a twitch, a twinge of something that you don't quite understand, but something that you easily shrug off, dismiss. It builds itself up like barnacles on the bottom of a boat. It slows you down, drags you under. Thankfully, not everybody encounters a spiritual attack. Not everybody has to endure spiritual warfare. But it's not something we should throw around lightly. It's not a term we should throw around lightly. Throwing it around in an interview like this, where we're describing that we're receiving a lot of criticism, a lot of condemnation, where people are judging us for our behaviors, for our actions, for our words, will lead to this term being misused. That it'll be used to define things that it's not meant to define. A hurt feeling. What happens when people are angry at us? What happens when we're misbehaving and folks call us out on it? May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. I pray that you never experience spiritual warfare. I pray that you never experience a spiritual attack. And I pray if you do, you will quickly and repeatedly fall back on that one simple truth. Because spiritual warfare is a war filled with lies. You are a child, a beloved child, a redeemed, beloved and perfect child of the God that created all of this. Amen.